When I was younger, there was an ad campaign for a video game called Borderlands. The ad campaign for the game made some outlandish claim that it had something like 6 million guns. And I thought, geez, how's that possible? That's a lot of guns. Of course, it's not possible to do by hand, not in the amount of time that they had to develop the game, except if you modify your perception, allow your mind to lie to you, and redefine what you imagine to be a different gun to instead mean the same gun in a different color. It was a system barely more complex than Diablo's, but the idea is fun because it lets you feel like you never have the best stuff possible, and that you never end up with the same exact stuff as someone else. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so let's uno reverso engineer an equipment generation system using the power of assumption. Let's take a look at an item from Diablo 2. Jeweler's Gothic Plate of the Whale. You can break down the outrageous long name and get an idea of what's happening under the hood. Under the hood is where we go to steal. Game mechanics, I mean. Notice we have this prefix, Jewelers, the suffix, of the whale, and the base item, Gothic Plate. The prefix and the suffix are independent of each other, each giving different stat bonuses to the base item, themselves probably containing some amount of random stats, so even 2 Jeweler's Gothic Plate of the Whale could be slightly different. The prefix here gives it slots, and the suffix gives it a health bonus. At least that's what we can infer. So, in order to steal this mechanic, we just have to come up with some simple rules and create as many permutations as possible until we can technically make the claim that the game has millions of items. For example, we could define our rarities to mean the number of possible modifiers and their quality. The lowest tier would have an item plus a negative prefix, like Broken Club or Tarnished Sword. The next tier would have no prefix or suffix. The tier after that would have a prefix, and the tier after that a prefix and a suffix. And finally, the top tier. This tier you would speak about in Liam Neeson's voice because it has a very particular set of skills. These items have hand-defined stats, which are slightly randomized. Now, my game is more of a simulation than Diablo 2, so we're also going to decide on a material the weapon is made from, since everything in the game, like real life, has material properties which decide its weight, melting point, whether or not it's edible or flammable or what have you. I created a Blender script to generate inventory sprites into a single sprite sheet to sell the authentically stolen experience. Then we give a color to each individual rarity so your monkey brain can tell it more gooder. After that, we define how we treat each rarity according to the arbitrary rules we came up with earlier, and randomly select a prefix, base item, suffix, and material. Later, we can refine the system to have loot tables for specific enemies, and select the material, rarity, or tier of item within a class based on how powerful we'd expect a mob's equipment to be. For those of you bleeding out of your eyes right now, let's keep in mind no aspect of this represents anything close to a final version. You can start to see how with each layer of complexity we add to this system, we end up with exponentially more possible, technically unique items. See? See how long this name is, moron? Can't you tell how powerful this is? After that, we prepare some statements to lie to the media and voila, Borderlands. It's that simple. Spend enough time making games and you might become as jaded as I am, and then you'll start to realize that everything you're being told is a bunch of crap. Not me though. I'm the only one who tells the truth. So you're going to want to keep coming back to this channel and commenting and liking everything I create, and this is an original thought that you're having in your head right now and not something you're hearing me say. Thanks for watching.